Bitcoin is correcting, but this is where you don't want to get fooled by the market. What we can see is that we are in a very important discount zone where we can pick up some interesting trades. And every single time we break a high here, we see the same thing. But we also see what is coming next here. Ethereum, we predicted this little move towards the downside here exactly on this channel. But what is next for Ethereum is just massive here. We have some very important on-chain data, but first of all, please make sure to follow me over on X to never miss something throughout the day into crypto ever again. And please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel, like this daily update video if you love those updates, and please make sure to join my completely free alpha group here. I'm literally sharing pure setups over there, altcoins I am buying in this bull market here. So please make sure to join that one as well here. So let's dive right away into the chart for now. Because what we can see here is we broke out of this inverse head and shoulders pattern, as we can see on the right. And we saw a perfect retest, but what we are currently seeing is another retest on this old neckline. And this is something that could be really bullish, because every single time we scoop up some orders. But a thing you really want to keep in mind is that this can mean that there are too many people long in this market. And if we see everybody is long in the market, we probably will get shaken out towards the downside, towards some important levels here, exactly as the 109k here, to push that move towards the upside here. So don't get fooled by this little down move here. It could be a little shakeout before the next big expansion towards the upside. Also, what we can see is we hit this very important discount zone of approximately 115 towards 130.5k here. We tapped in it and we saw the reaction towards the upside, which is a really good sign, because that means that people are interested in buying Bitcoin at this level. We saw that move towards the downside, tapped in the discount zone as well, and now we can see that we are currently getting supported by it once again. And we want to see a gain, a proper gain of this level, a little retest before the next expansion towards the upside. So this is how I'm gonna anticipate this level for now, and we can ride this trade easily towards the 130k here. Then what we are usually seeing on Bitcoin, every single time we break a high, we see a correction towards the downside. But why is that the case? Look, if we can see, we put in a high over here. We grabbed liquidity, took every short out, but also all the longs were taking profit above new all-time highs, because it's scary. If we look in the past, this was exactly the bear market or the bull market of the start of the bear market. So everyone is short here. We took them out before the move towards the downside. Also, people want to take profit above all-time highs, and that is exactly what we have been seeing here, and what we are currently seeing right now. People are taking profit. Does this mean we will dump further towards the upside? No, but for now, the sell orders, the take profit orders were higher than the interest of buying. So what we need to do for price is go down, get more interested in buys in Bitcoin, and then we will see a move towards the upside. So this is pure liquidity taking and people that are taking profit. But if we look at this, we saw this all-time high, we broke above it, just consolidated towards the downside. Also, what we are seeing right now. And then we saw the next leg towards the upside. And that was an expansion of approximately 20%. And that is exactly what I am anticipating on right now. We shook all the people out here. We let everyone take profit who wants to take profit. We are foiling up our tank here before the next leg towards the upside. So this is really bullish to see. Also, if you look at Ethereum, we dropped, and I've been talking about this chart a lot here, a resistance at the top here. So we can expect maybe a little cool down for Ethereum. But what we saw here was every single time we saw this resistance getting tapped, the price consolidated or either went down. That's exactly what we have been seeing here and what we have been predicting right over here. We have been touching it yet, but we expected that if we are in the zone, in the nearby range of this zone, we can see a little cooldown, and that's exactly what we have been seeing here. So we called this one live in my YouTube videos, a perfect call. Once again, you can literally watch my previous videos here as well, where I discuss this chart a lot here, because momentum is a really important thing in the market. Also, what we have been calling here was this divergence. So what did we saw? The RSI momentum created a high, but the price created a lower high, but the price created a higher high. This means that momentum and price is diverging each other, and that is usually a start of a little correction towards the downside. But I said this was literally the place to open up your long position. I literally called this level live in my YouTube videos. This was the zone where you want to be anticipating on this little pullback towards the downside. So if you would follow me over on YouTube, you wouldn't miss this. Either this move towards the downside, but also not this entry zone. And it's not too late to enter from off this point, because this is a really important zone. And I am literally opening up some long positions right over here. What you can do is wait for this high getting gained, and then on the retest you can enter up some long positions, because this is a really bullish thing in the market for now. And you can scope up your Ethereum right now for approximately 11% in discount here. So if you were willing to buy Ethereum at the top, this is your chance to buy it for a cheaper price. So please make sure to anticipate on that one as well. Also, what we can see is we had support on the lower side here. We had the mid-range and resistance on the top side. But we broke through resistance like a blast here. And right now we are currently retesting this old resistance zone into support once again. And if we see, so that is approximately at a 4K Ethereum, this is your last chance to get into Ethereum before the 6K, because eventually if we see this move towards the downside and get an expansion towards the upside, we will easily see an Ethereum of approximately 6K anytime soon here. So please anticipate on this one as well, because this is one of the most bullish patterns I have been seeing on Ethereum as well. Clear resistance getting broken, clear range getting broken towards the upside, perfect retest, and the next leg further towards the upside. It can be cleared than that as well. We can see that the retail wallets are dumping their Ethereum. And is this a bad thing in the market? Not really. Okay, the retail dumping Ethereum is bad if nobody is scooping it up. But what are we seeing? That the whales are scooping up the retail holdings. So what we can see is that the retail holdings is at a multi-year low. So retail isn't holding Ethereum as long as this point. But what are we currently seeing is the whales holding hit a new all-time high. So this is a swap from the retail holders into the whale holders, and that is exactly what we want to be seeing, because the whales don't want to sell their Ethereum. Also, this will create a supply shock, and if retail comes back, the whales hold all the Ethereum, but retail wants to buy it as well, and that will cause for a supply shock and price that will pump towards the upside. So this is a really important chart you want to keep in mind, because this tells that Ethereum isn't done yet, and there is are a lot of whales believing into Ethereum and a supply shock is coming anytime soon here. Then what we can see here in the Ethereum ETF is that we saw a massive inflow previous week, and now we are currently seeing some small outflows. But one thing you really want to keep in mind is look at these inflows and look at how small these outflows are, and this is pretty normal in this ETF market. But a really important thing for this is if the inflows are way bigger than the outflows, then we are eventually going up in price. And that's exactly what we have been seeing right now. So the Ethereum ETF is looking bullish as ever here. And that was it for today's video. Please make sure to follow me over on X to never miss a move ever again. And you can also join my free Telegram group right over there. And please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel, like this daily update video if you love those updates, and also here you can join your free Telegram group for pure alpha there. It's completely free, and then I will see you tomorrow by a brand new crypto daily update video.